What up, everyone? Sorry for the atmosphere. I'm at the beach up in Oceanside, California, so I'm hopping into the car while my kids play at the beach. And then we have Patrick Waddell. Waddell, right? I'm saying your last name right?
Waddell it is. Yes, sir.
I should have asked before we went live. We've been talking about fishing.
It's all good.
But before we introduce you and who you are and all that kind of stuff, I figured, hey, let's introduce you to some of these guys. So we have we have Chris. This is who I was telling you about. Chris is a huge duck fisherman. He loves turkey shooting, but he loves his bass. He loves fishing
Chris,
bass.
what's up, my brother? Yeah.
Then we have Bruce City Bearded. Appreciate you coming. Rush Young is one of the most supportive people you'll know, so you'll see him a lot.
Nice. What's up, boys?
Then you have Liam. Liam is actually one of my closest friends here, so I appreciate you, Liam, for coming.
Hoorah.
What's up, Gabe? Yeah. And then we have Steven. I believe Steven is from Steven, remind me where you're from. He's out of the country though. So anyway, that's who we have on chat right now, it looks like. Oh, then we got Wolf. What up, Wolf? So everyone, this is Patrick Waddell, like I was saying, and I kind of want to introduce you to him. And so first and foremost, let's just start out. So why don't you tell us a little about yourself for those who don't know you, man?
Right on, dude. Yeah, Tyson, first of all, hey, thanks for having me on, my brother. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, a little bit about myself. Son of a Navy guy, right? So I'm born in Rhode Island, lived there for 2 months, and, been all up and down the East Coast, West Coast, overseas, Japan. That's where I went to high school. Got my undergrad in environmental science up in Northeast Pennsylvania. Now I'm settled down with my family here in Richmond, VA. So, yeah, like I said, environmental science, that's my game. Specifically, monitoring for erosion and sediment control, stormwater management. So what that means is protecting streams, protecting the Chesapeake Bay, protecting our rivers. I'm lucky enough to be able to parlay that into my hobby, which is fly fishing. What kind of goes hand in hand, right? So I work at Orvis. I've worked there for 10 years. I'm their fly fishing guy.
Do you want to tell everyone who Orvis is? Because some of these guys don't know anything about Orvis.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which blows my mind, but not everyone loves fishing like you and I do.
Yeah, no, it's good. So Orvis is like, I guess you can call it like a Patagonia, if you will, or like a Sims fly fishing, if anybody knows Sims. Orvis is based out in Manchester, Vermont. And for those who don't know, we are the oldest catalog company in the United States, ironically enough. 1856.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Tyson. Yeah. So old, right? Started out fly fishing. Now we're into clothing and fly fishing. I'm lucky enough to work as their fly fishing expert on the weekends. So I'm a 7-day-a-week working man. And I try to take off as much as I can to do some fly fishing up in the Shenandoah National Park, Jefferson National Forest, Western Virginia, West Virginia, upstate New York when the salmon are running.
Dude, that just sounds so much fun.
Yeah, dude. If I can make it to Montana every now and again, then I'm a lucky man,
Well, if you ever go to Montana, you got to let me know, and I'll try to shoot up there because it's only a state away.
1 state away? Are you kidding me?
No, it's a big state.
Yeah.
It's just Idaho. It's just
right on, man.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
All right.
So just to go on, Stephen, I asked him where he's from Ireland. He's always
Ireland. Nice, man. Nice.
What's up, Joey? Joey is
Hook'em.
Yeah, you know Hook'em? All right. And then Jason, if you ever need some beard oil holders, he's the guy who can make them for you.
Right on.
But
right on.
Yeah. No, I absolutely love Orvis. We were all talking before this about Orvis and places that we've been, and he mentioned Falcon's Ledge and talking about nice cars. That was a really nice car. Anyway, threw me off. We're talking
Launching
about
down the strip at Oceanside, right? All right.
Yeah. Falcon's Ledge. Falcon's Ledge is one of the premier fly fishing spots, I would say, in Utah. And they stock everything, so you can't keep anything. But man, we were catching some probably 6-7 pound trout up there. It was fun, and the lodge is super nice, all that kind of stuff. But one day you'll have to go, and I'll meet you up there.
I think there's a lot of off-site streams that you can go to as well.
A
That the
ton.
guides will take you to. Yeah.
Yeah, a ton. All right. So you've been growing your beer since 2019, since that's what you told me. So how has your wife liked it? How's your family liked it? Like, because it's got to be, I mean, from going to nowhere to having your massive beard that you have, it's got to be a change.
Well, there it is, right? Yeah. I don't know about the rest of the boys that are on listening here, but beards and wives, man, like it's hit or miss. Mine's a big miss, I think.
Oh, really?
But yeah. But mom and dad, they're starting to get on it. They're starting to like it, which is kind of ironic because my dad, Navy guy, right? Clean cut and clean shaven. And, clean cut and clean shaven up here. Not so much down here. But, so it's starting to grow on my daddy a little bit. My boy absolutely loves it. I've got a 7-year-old wild man at home who loves tugging on it when we're wrestling. It's all good, man. Yeah.
My wife absolutely
the wife
loves
lets
it.
me grow it. Yeah, I should say that.
No, my wife absolutely loves it. I think she wouldn't divorce me if I shaved it, but she'd definitely be sad. I'd be sleeping on the couch for a couple nights.
Right on, man. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anthony,
that's how a lot of the friends and family, know me. They're like, oh yeah, you should meet our grandson or our son. He's got the beard. If you ever follow Facebook, it's like, yeah, look for him. He's the one with the beard. So it's almost like part of your identity.
You have a nice beard too. Yeah. So Liam has been posting. Yeah. Liam's been posting, and he has this nice white silver epic beard, and it's a lot like yours, where it's just nice and full and long, and it's like one of those that you're a little jealous for. But Anthony, not a big deal. I already have my winner for this week, and so next week just hurry and post it, and then we'll see what you get. So just so you know, Patrick, I'm trying to gain more content, be able to place ads and stuff like that. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a weekly giveaway at the end of the stream for anyone who's ever posted anything on the gallery page, where it's them using the product, or like say they're out fishing and they just have it right there next to their tackle box, something like that. And so then it's something that I can use, and then whatever I feel is most creative, most fun, I give them maybe a gift card, maybe a combo, something like that.
Challenge accepted, man.
All right. So now that I know your wife doesn't necessarily love your beard, what's like your beard care routine? Because you're out and about working the environmental sciences, you're out fishing. So how is your beard care routine? And obviously you're going to do a lot more. I would think you have a lot more struggles, especially being out in the wilderness and stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I try to keep it simple, dude, to be honest with you. Like you said, being out on construction sites all the time, out on streams all the time. If anybody knows anything about the East Coast, specifically like the Mid-Atlantic and Virginia, it's like humidity all the time. Even like wintertime humidity. So the moisture aspect really isn't a problem, like having your beard dry out, not too much of a problem. Mm-hmm. But it gets dirty, I will say. And 95 degrees in the shade plus humidity makes anybody sweat. So you got a little bit of sweat going on, but I still try to keep it simple. Shower in the morning, get out, comb it out, oil, a little bit of butter, 5 or 10 minutes later, and I'm rolling.
Nice. Follow Dan C routine.
Yeah, exactly. Trusted teacher. I mean, he knows what's going on. Same thing in the evening. A little bit of shower, comb it out, oil, butter. I'll put wash in it. Every 2-3 days. I need to be trying out your conditioner. I will say that. I need to soften it up a little bit, make that comb go through it a little bit better. So
I have a daily conditioning wash, and it's definitely it definitely works. I think you'll really like it. I'll have to send you some.
Yeah, if it's anything like your oil and butter, like it does good on my beard. I don't know what it is. I'm still, 2 years in, so I'm not like a vet yet.
Mm-hmm.
But
Your
I'm
beard
trying
says
out.
otherwise.
I appreciate you. Yeah, I've been trying out companies though, and some leave my skin dry. Others leave like a little bit of redness or a rash. I got sensitive skin, right? So I can't tell you specifically why because I'm not getting into the science of what you're putting into it. But I mean, whatever you've got, it works for my beard. So I don't have a lot of dry skin, don't have any redness or anything like that. But what I do struggle with, and I don't know if this is a normalcy or not, but like knots on the end where the hairs get a little bit knotted up.
Yeah.
Or like split ends. So anybody that's got advice, like I am all ears about what to do, because that's what I struggle with.
Yeah, I every now and then I when I'm bored and all that, which is very seldom because I always feel like I'm always doing something, but I'll check and check the split ends. I also check for the knots. I'll do this occasionally just to feel and see if I have any of those knots with my fingernails. I don't know if anyone else does that, but I do that all the time too.
On windy days especially, man.
Right?
Yeah, it gets bad.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. You talk about wind, and it's so nice here. Like, it's so nice. Like, it's probably 73, 74 degrees, and it's nice and windy. And I'm just looking at the way now where my kids are playing, and I'm just like so excited to go jump in the ocean right after this. It's gonna be fun. All right, next question for you. I get some really weird questions. Like on base, I'll ask guys will ask me if they can smell my beard, which I'm like, okay. I find stuff like that is weird. Not if you're my wife or something like that, but can I touch your beard? I get a lot of that stuff. Like they want to see how it feels and all that. But what kind of questions do you get that are maybe odd? That we might not have heard of before.
It's kind of it's interesting you say. I don't really get a lot of like oddball questions around the house or around like when I'm walking around. But one question I do get, and it's mostly like when I'm going fishing with people and they observe me because I'm trying to like dig into my chest waders, trying to pull out like nippers or a draw or a different fly to change my fly. And I'm always like when I'm doing that or when I'm tying a fly, I've got to like get this out of the way.
Like, that's so true.
Into what I'm doing, and they're like, "So does your beard get in the way a little bit when you're fly fishing?" And it's like, "Yeah, a little bit, but you get used to it." You got to take the negatives with the positives, and I'd rather have the beard.
Does your wife ever do like the Viking thing where you braid it? Because it's long enough to do that. Mine isn't.
I would love to get somebody that knows what they're doing to braid this joker. Yeah, right? I'd try it out. Yeah,
dude, you'd rock that. You would look good. What about you guys? Any weird questions that you guys received? Some of these guys' beards are freaking huge. No one would ever say anything to Vinny P right here. The guy, have you? He's like, I always make fun of him. I say he's 4'7", 270 pounds. He's 5'7".
What's up, Vin?
But the guy he's a monster. And I'm like, no one asked him anything. They're afraid of him. Nicest guy in the world, though. But
I get most questions around the construction site, man. Believe it or not, it's always dudes that are like hopping off the excavator and they're like, "Yo, I noticed your beard. What do you put in it to keep it straight up on construction sites?" I'm rocking it like this, but it looks a lot different with a hard hat and a vest on. I promise you.
Yeah.
That. And so it's like, yeah. How do you keep it moist? How do you, do you use balm or do you use butter or, what are you doing? And so more often than not, it's from the guys that are like, rocking beards up on the construction sites. Yeah.
Oh, I easily see that. Absolutely. So Joey Hookham. Joey, by the way, is a huge fisherman. And he loves the Copper Johns that I send him. He actually uses them. But he says, Dancy asked me if I had any fishing accidents with my beard. Well, have you? And have you, Patrick?
Not yet, man. Not yet. But there's room for error. I will say that. Yeah.
So Vinny, Vinny's like, not about my beard, laugh out, but they've asked by females if they can lick my head. So
that's hilarious. Nice.
He is bald. Uh, I work for Coca-Cola as a salesman. I got asked questions about my beer daily. The older women love it. They do. That's what I mean. Like you said,
Dude,
it's hit or
hook
miss,
'em,
but it
you're
seems like.
absolutely right. I don't know what it is, man. But yes. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Nick?
Nick, what's up,
In
buddy?
Florida, the bigger the beer, the more female attention. I believe it. Yeah, that's why I don't get any female attention other than, No, I'm just joking. My wife loves it. All right. So what do you do exactly for Orvis? And, how'd you get involved with him?
Well, I used to be a customer. Still am a customer, to be honest with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're an old school fly fishing company that's coming around to the new school. They're the first to do it, so what they make is legit. It's really good. So I was like, you know what? I need to parlay being a customer into being an associate. So got into the game, learned the Orvis brand, learned what we sell, learned our style, learned the rods, learned the reels, learned our merchandise, and I parlayed that into kind of being our fly fishing lead instructor, if you will, or salesman, if you will. But so on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, I'm up in the shop, chatting with folks about fly fishing and where they're going, what they're using, where to go if they're new to the area here. Anything I can do to teach people and bring people into the game, that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, whether it be Orvis or not, I just want to see people out enjoying what we got. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So with Orvis, you fly fishing, have you ever done any trolling or anything like that? Catching, using bait, or are you strictly fly fishing?
Orvis is fly
No,
fishing
not
only.
Orvis. I'm sorry. I'm
Sorry.
just talking about you personally. This just popped in my head, and I wanted to ask.
I've done my share of spin fishing, spin casting, especially floating down rivers.
Okay.
Smallmouth, hook 'em. I think he's a bass guy, so using plastics, using crankbaits, the whole deal. Absolutely, yeah.
Oh yeah. The reason why I asked is just because some of these guys have never been fly fishing, but they definitely have done other types of fishing. So how long have you been fly fishing?
A minute, a long minute. Yeah.
I was like,
so I was telling you about how we moved all around, right? I was in second grade. We lived in Maine, like way up. And one Christmas, my mom got my dad a fly fishing school from LL Bean.
okay.
My dad took a fly fishing school, like a 3-day school. Loved it, taught me, and that was the end of it, man. Right then and there. Third, fourth grade. So what is that? 10 years old, 11 years old. Now I'm 41. So 30 years worth of fly fishing.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm 41
started
too.
out like in ponds, sunfish, bass, and then one up to rainbow trout, brown trout, and then now it's brook trout or cutthroat trout or whatever it is. But I'm more of a trout guy, more of a mountain guy these days than anything else. Yeah.
Yeah. So are you catch and release, or do you ever take them and just eat them?
Great question. Depends on where I am, to be honest with you.
Okay.
If I'm fishing for native fish that are not stocked a bit, then if I catch a real nice fish, I'm putting that fish back because I want that fish, mating with the other babies or mating with the other females and making babies. But if I'm up in upstate New York salmon fishing when they're running out of Lake Ontario, if I catch a fish or two, I'll definitely have it smoked or filleted. Yeah, and take those fish because they're going to be dying after they spawn anyway. So yeah.
Okay, you just said smoked salmon. How do you prepare your salmon when you smoke it? Because I absolutely love smoked salmon.
Great question, man. I let my wife do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I bring it home. She does her magic, and then she says, "All right, boys, come on to the table." Yeah. So.
Yeah. No. So my wife does
Yeah.
a lot of that, but then I usually put mine in tinfoil, and then I'll put butter in it after it's been filleted, and then I'll wrap
Okay.
bacon around it, and then I'll just sit it there. But I've never smoked it before, but I've had it a lot, and I was just wondering how you make them. So, oh, holy crap, I love that stuff.
Yeah.
So
I would love to know her secrets, but I probably ought to ask.
yeah. Again, for any of those who are just joining, I apologize for my, you know, where I'm at. I'm actually at Oceanside in California. Drove 15 hours last night, all day yesterday and last night to get here. My kids and family are up on the beach, and so I went to the car. It's too windy for me to be out there, so I apologize. And this is Patrick Waddell, and an avid fly fisherman, a really good dude, and a great beard. So I thought, what a great opportunity for us to get to know him and do all that. So,
Russ,
next,
you're absolutely right, brother. Some people play music, some people sing, some people draw, some people fly fish, my man, and that's it. Your comment says it all, dude.
oh yeah. When I was in Alaska just in last August, um, we had a guide out there. We were at the Yucatan Peninsula in the rainforest right there, and it was just us and the guide. And he built cabins there that were on trailers, so that if anyone told us that we needed to go, we could go. But it was just us, and man, watching him cast, and you could see like 40, 50 yards. Like, how the crap can he do that? It's definitely a skill, and it's gorgeous to watch. It's one of my favorite things to see.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I don't know how far Palm Springs is, but Nick, how far is Palm Springs from here? So is this your wife?
That's my mama.
Awesome.
Yeah, mom's watching, making sure I behave myself.
I'm sure she's not nervous at all. All right. So obviously you're teaching your family, you're teaching your son, you go out with your wife and your dad, but do you ever, are you a guide? Do you teach other people? Do you take them on trips with you? Like, what do you do?
Oh, man, well, this is a family affair. I will say that. Mom, dad, wife, me, my boy. It's fly fishing, it's fishing, it's just being outside. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoying and getting away from electronics a little bit. But at Orvis, I enjoy teaching people. I enjoy bringing people into the fray, teaching them an art form that they can use.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not they choose to join me up in the mountains, I'd be happy to take people. But it's more of a, hey, come on with me and let's do this thing together, than it is a guide thing. Yeah, I'd much rather be just taking a family, taking somebody and just having a blast, And that's more what it's like for me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, there's definitely money to be made if you ever wanted to be a guide, especially with your credibility and how long you've been doing it. But that's cool that you would do that and just take people along for the ride and just let them learn to love it and grow from it. So, hey, your mom's getting some love for Vinny. Watch!
Nice.
She's going to ask him to lick her head or his head.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll tell you mine in just a second. But what's your perfect fishing day?
Oh, dude, a day off of work? You kidding?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, It doesn't get much better. Obviously, catching fish is a bonus, but somewhere out of cell phone service, man. Yeah, that's it. That makes a day.
I completely agree. My wife and I, because we have children at home, we tend to go we have several. Someone really likes that horn. We like to tend to go to. There's a place called Willard Bay, or we go to the local river, or we go to the reservoir called Pineview. It's just right there. It's not my favorite, but you'll catch stuff. But it's just it has cell service so that people can call us, like my kids, if they need to get a hold of us. But absolutely, if there's a place like when I went to Alaska, it was my first time in a long time. I didn't have cell service for a week, and it was heaven.
Right?
It was just me and my brothers, and it was just like I miss my wife. I love her to death, and all that. But it was just like, oh, I don't have to worry about anything. the world can just keep going, and I don't care. It was really nice.
Man, it's hard to disconnect too, you know? I mean, laptops, iPads, you know,
Yeah,
personal iPhone, company iPhone, whatever. But if you can disconnect for, you know, half a day, a full day, that time
yeah,
goes by quick, and you're a better man for it. A lot of folks that joined me up to the mountains, I was like, hey, you know, what would make a perfect day fishing for you? And they're like, the television off. I'm like, yeah, we can do that. You
yeah.
know?
No, it's
So,
true.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
so I have my brother's working for me at home, and they're going to be fulfilling all the orders while I'm gone, so that nothing, so if an order comes in, they're going to take care of it. I don't have to worry about it, which is really nice that I have
Yeah,
someone.
that's a
I'm
cool
paying them.
brother, man. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm paying them and all that kind of stuff, but it allows me to be able to disconnect in a way to be able to just spend time with my family. So I'm excited for that. It's a fun trip. All right, next one. What's the most fun you had catching a fish?
Oh shoot, man. Um, it depends on what you want, to be honest. But for me,
Uh-huh.
um, nothing beats catching a huge salmon.
Yo,
Um,
nothing.
so like I'm gonna try to explain it for people. But if you're gonna go up to the mountains and catch native brook trout, right? You might be throwing on, some bluegrass music, some hill country music to get in the mood, you know. Uh, if you're gonna go salmon fishing, you're probably throwing on like Metallica because you're gonna do
Uh-huh.
some battle, and you're gonna lose more fish than you catch, and your arms are gonna be sore by the end of the day. Uh, but boy, is it worth it, man! Like, so I go up to upstate New York. It's kind of like the poor man's Alaska if you're out of east,
Uh-huh.
but it's just as cool in its own right, and yeah, you
I'll have
hook
to see
one of those
pictures.
things, and so you're out fishing in the middle of the stream. So it's not a drift boat, right? You're out wading in the Salmon River. It's the first 2 miles that come out of Lake Ontario. Um, so you're watching pods of salmon like come up the river, and they'll be swimming up the rapids, and you can see them splashing all over the place, like rooster tailing.
Uh-huh.
And they'll get to a pool and rest, and then they'll make their next push up, and you're just watching this happen as they're getting closer to you. Then they get to your pool that you're in, and you're casting for them, and you're gonna hook a couple, but then like when they're making their next push up to the hole, they're like swimming up river, bumping into your legs as you're trying to fish for them. So they're like almost taking your feet out from under you, like 30
Uh-huh.
pound fish. It's pretty wild, yeah.
It is.
And
And what's fun is they're not even hungry. They're just ticked off that there's something in front of them, and they'll just go after it. And
Oh, it's
my
funny. Like we're we talk about it when we're out on the river. Me and my buddies that go. There's one thing on their mind, and that's like, you know, must have sex,
yeah,
and that's like all they're caring
that's what I
about.
mean. Is they don't care about what's in front of them. Just get out of my way.
Yeah, I've got better things to do than this right now. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I'm like, just get out of my way. I'm not hungry right now. No,
yeah.
it's so true. I know the feeling. No. um,
Yeah.
but
Seriously.
no, but I have 6 kids. I know for sure. No, but my favorite, I have two really good experiences. Just a whole learning from my grandpa how to fish and fly fish, and just remembering those memories that I have for him. Like we were talking about the Graybeard series before um, we jumped on live here, and I mean it's one of the Graybeard series is called Polies, and it's more of a barber shop ish scent that reminds me of him, and so it's called Polies, which is his nickname, and just I just remember fishing with him, and I remember him when I was a little kid. I mean, 6, 7. I remember fishing with him and trolling on his boat, or him grabbing the worms because I was afraid to grab the worms at that age, and him just casting it out for me, and me drilling it in, and him just being proud of him. See, I just remember all that, and so that's what I want for my kids is remember that. But I would say the coolest experience is when we were at the Yucatan. and where it's called the Middle Italio River. And so you have it's the Italio River, but there's a middle one, and you actually see the fish, the salmon coming in from the ocean into the river, and just seeing them, and you're like, dude, that's huge, and just casting out just at the right spot, and all of a sudden just skink, and I don't know, the fight when you see your hook just go, and it stays like that the whole entire time, and then you come and see it, and it's a massive, massive fish. Best feeling in the world. It's just you just get chills, and you're right about being exhausted. Because my brother has a picture of me laying down, like just like I'm dead, and it was the middle of the day because you catch your limit because you could only have 4 silvers and 6 pinks. You would catch your limit within an hour, and then after that, you're just having fun, and you're sitting in your lawn chair and say, okay, who can catch it? Blindfolded. Who can use this fly, which is a random. I called it. We all made the worst fly known to man up in the cabins to see what we could do. And I called it the disco ball. I'm like, hey, see who can catch this, and just making it fun because how cool is it to be out there? And then you would see all the eagles and the ravens trying to outwit the eagles and the bears, and oh man, it was so cool. Something that you definitely
you
have
got
to
the full
experience
Monty when you were up there, man. That's pretty cool. Like,
oh yeah,
we don't see any of the bears or the eagles or anything like that up in upstate, but like the seagulls are working constant. Like, I don't know if it's like that up in Alaska, but like you get to the stream and all you smell is like dead fish.
yeah.
You remember that? Like, that's
Uh-huh.
one of the things that will live in my memory and in my nostrils. It's like we're getting close to the stream because all you smell is dead salmon. It's weird. Yeah.
Ron, I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Appreciate you dropping in just to say hi.
Dude, that's a legit Maine from Bearded right there. Holy smokes.
Yeah, deliberately bearded. He's a really good dude too. Dave, appreciate you dropping by too. So
you
there's a couple that I want to.
You named your graybeard oil after your grandfather's nickname, is that right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Brian?
Right on.
Thank you. I'm just trying to scroll up. Hey, Casey, just didn't want to miss anyone.
Yeah.
All these guys are amazing. So Gabe says, when I lived in Portland, I would salmon fish for the Columbia.
Yes, dude, the Columbia. Yeah.
Gabe, I didn't know you liked to fish, man. We have to talk. And then we're talking about fishing is our getaway. The gym, I would definitely say is also fishing, especially when you don't have that phone. But I would agree with him. It's just being in that moment because how hard is it? You being a dad, you running doing your work, and then also you're working for Orvis, and you're always just on the go, nonstop. When you are fishing, you really are just in the moment, and I do agree. I do appreciate that for sure.
Yeah.
And then Vinny says the gym is definitely my disconnect, but thankful not just when I train. When I train others, I'm pretty blessed. Yeah, I absolutely agree, Vinny.
Share your passion with others, man. Yes, absolutely.
And Vinny, you really need to look at him. Vinny, what's yours? All Anytime Fitness? No, not Anytime Fitness. Vinny, what's your YouTube channel so that he can look you up? He's a good dude. You'll really like him. So let's go to the next question. All right. Ever had a scary moment while fishing?
Oh, I'm sure we could all harken back to moments,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of mine, I think Vinny will probably appreciate this one. Doing an overnight float down in, coming out of the mountains of Virginia, 16-mile float on a tributary that enters the James River just west of Richmond. It's pretty remote country, believe it or not. A lot of farm country.
Mm-hmm.
Shacked up on the bank for the evening, started my campfire, did the bratwurst thing, had some potatoes, whatever, went to bed. Well, I started hearing howling and barking and all this other stuff outside my tent. And started hearing sniffing around my tent and opened the tent, and it was I heard a pack of coyotes.
Oh, wow.
Just kind of was walking around my sandbar that I called home for the night. So like any dude, I guess, I went around and I peed on every tree I could find, around my tent. I'm like, this is my territory. I'm marking my territory. And it must have worked. I don't know. But they left me alone the rest of the evening, packed up camp the next night, headed down the river, and sure enough, man, 3 or 4 coyotes like a quarter mile down the stream.
Oh, wow.
Just hanging out, you know. Not necessarily a scary moment, but just kind of a cool moment, you know.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing really here in Virginia that'll, like, quote unquote, get you, right?
Yeah.
It's more the small stuff in Virginia. It's like the copperheads or like the yellow jackets or, you know, the ticks or whatever. We don't have any of the big stuff out here that'll really do damage. Yeah.
Yeah. See, in Utah, we have like mountain lions, we have cougars, stuff like that, and I still don't really know the difference between those two. We have bears and stuff.
Just
the
fact that you have them is kind of enough, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I've never seen them in the wild or anything here. But when I was in Alaska, we saw some grizzlies and stuff, and I'm like, holy crap! And the guy's like, oh, don't worry about it. But they
yeah.
Yeah,
it's just a grizzly.
Like, yeah, and you'd go by where they were after they we'd have to stop and we'd slowly walk back, you know, that kind of stuff, and then you go up the next morning where they were and you see their paw print, and I wear a size 13 shoe, and I'm wearing a boot, you know, and I'm wearing my waders, then my boot, and so it's bigger than a size 13, and it was bigger than my boot. I'm like, holy crap! I'm like, yeah, this guy would carry me a new one.
And somebody telling you not to worry about it.
Yeah. Well, he has a couple of those dogs that are actually bred to attack grizzlies and all that kind of stuff. And
wow, man.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was a cute little dog too. Not little, but it was a fun little dog.
I got a buddy of mine guiding up in Alaska right now, and one of the first things that was told to him is like, you will be carrying a sidearm, you will be carrying bear spray.
Uh-huh.
If one of your customers has a fish on the line and you see a grizzly bear, just cut the line. Like all the grizzly wants is the fish, so just cut the line and let the salmon go or whatever, right?
That's what we were.
Like, yeah, fair enough. Let that bear have one fish and you can have your life. It's all good.
Yeah. I totally agree. But Vinny, we were talking about him. So Vinny is All or Nothing Fitness. So if you ever want to look him up.
All or Nothing.
Right. Yeah.
On. Hey, Vinny, where are you at, man?
He's out of Texas.
Texas, right on.
Yeah, there's a bunch of us, and you're more than welcome to come, and anyone in the chat is welcome to come. We're going to the New Orleans Giants game October 3rd in New Orleans, and he's going to join us there.
Nice. I would love to hear from where everybody's at, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
if
everyone.
Anybody's from VA or anybody's Texas, that's pretty cool, man. Yeah.
Yeah, anyone who's here, let us know where you're from. So who's Bob Marshall Wilderness?
Oh yeah. That was the last vacation that my wife and I that my wife and I went on before she gave birth to our boy. Northwest Montana, just southeast of Glacier National Park. You can't really get much more remote than the Bob Marshall Wilderness in the lower 48.
Wow.
That's horseback. So that's horseback trip in to fish the South Fork of the Flathead River. There's no motorized vehicles allowed back there. You're either hiking or taking horseback, and that's it.
Dude, that's my dad's dream right there. That is my
Zane,
dad's dream. Right
what
there.
up, buddy? Yeah, man.
So Zane, do you know Zane?
That's my boy. Yeah.
Oh,
Zane's
okay.
a good head. Yeah.
What's up, Zane? It's good to meet you. Appreciate you joining us. Eric's from Colorado Springs.
Colorado, nice. Tampa.
Yeah. And Eric is, I'm going to be on his show, and see that little icon that he has, that picture? That's the only sticker that I have hanging up in my lab. He's a good dude. Nice. Joey Hookham's from Tampa, Florida. Warden of the North is from Pennsylvania.
Who from Florida is doing any peacock bass stuff, man? I would love to hear who's spin fishing for peacocks or for like snook or whatever. Yeah.
Snook.
That would be legit.
Yeah. You need to watch Fish-A-Halts. He did snooks the other time. Warden of the North, PA. Pennsylvania. Liam, Plot Hounds.
Yes, the Plot Hounds. That's right, Liam. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
See, he knows what's up.
Yeah,
Maryland?
yeah,
Where's Frederick, Maryland?
yeah. How close is Frederick to the Gunpowder River?
Ooh, that sounds like a fun river. What river was it that you sent me a video of?
Oh shoot, that was the Rapidan River.
Okay, that's a pretty
Yeah,
place.
so if anybody fishes Shenandoah National Park, the Rapidan is the most popular stream that we've got for native brook trout. That's if anybody Googles it, the history of it, that's where President Hoover used to hold his camp at. So that was like
Oh wow.
Camp David from way back in the day. Yeah,
Yeah.
presidential stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it is gorgeous. You guys will be seeing that here shortly, I promise.
Milwaukee. Yes, yes.
So that's where Mr. and Mrs. Bullgrass are going to be living, is in Wisconsin here shortly. Eric, he's just saying hi. Kingtel, Ohio, in Columbus. This guy,
Okay.
how are you doing? I haven't seen him around. I appreciate you joining us. He's a huge fan of Nightfall. He's a good dude. I really like him.
Yeah, Ohio, man. My wife went to school in Miami, Ohio. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She went to school with Roethlisberger, as a matter of fact.
Oh,
yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Did he know her?
No.
No.
Not a chance. Yeah.
So,
South Dakota, right on, man. All right.
Poor guy. He's always cold.
yeah.
Did I miss any more? Yes, I did. It's hard with my phone. Sorry, poop diaper life is real. Live in Texas from PA.
Heard, Benny. Heard, man. Yes.
Well, there you go. Hooking plans to peacock fish in the future.
That a boy.
What do you guys use for bait for peacock?
Probably
Does it
something
matter?
big and like bait fishy, gnarly,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
What kind of spinners and stuff?
Actually, Zane could probably speak on what you use for peacocks, man. Zane would probably know. Yeah.
Really?
Oh, Potomac River, right on, man. Yeah, right on.
I live right by that.
That's right, E-Rock.
All right. I haven't gone fishing in a long time. Sorry, it keeps jumping on me. Brook trout and garlic brown sugar. Ooh, butter.
Yes.
Liam is the chef. He has a culinary degree.
Nice.
I'm in Eugene, area of Oregon. I live next to the Mackenzie River. Oh, way cool.
I heard lots of good things about the Mackenzie, man. They got a riverboat named after the Mackenzie River. Yeah.
We usually fish on the Missouri River, only 15 miles from here. Oh, wow. I didn't know
he's
that.
fishing the Mo. All right. Nice.
What's found in Missouri River?
Trout,
I have never
man, if I'm not
once heard
mistaken,
anyone.
Bushy.
I've never heard anyone fish in the Missouri River. I'm really curious.
If that's the tailwater, man, that's some good trout water there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's drift boat stuff.
Putting the boat in the water next weekend. Nice.
Yes. 'Tis the season.
Patrick, are you on IG?
Yeah. That's hey Vinny, that's High Stick in 1980, my brother.
He's actually tagged. If you see this this little thumbnail on my page, he's actually tagged on it. You can go from my page onto his and like his videos and his stuff. He has some really epic pictures there. No joke. Like epic pictures.
Yeah, Vinny, hook me up, man. I'll follow you back, brother.
All you'll see is just traps. You can't really see anything but traps with him.
Trout and cigars.
It's just a beard. It's just a beard and traps. So what is the most fun you've had catching a fish?
Oh, shoot,
Did we already talk about this? We've been talking about fishing so much. I just want to make sure.
Well, here's a good story. God bless my wife, right? So before we got married, me and her and my brother went on a 3-day, 2-night canoe trip. And damn if we didn't get rained out both nights, flipped the canoe, threw my back out, the whole deal, man. River's blown out, the whole thing. We got to get back down to our takeout point. We see some fish jumping like a little bit down the river, obviously a smallmouth bass. So we all paddled down there. We all threw our spinning gear into the same hole at the same time.
Uh-huh.
Damn if my wife didn't end up hooking it. 5-pound smallmouth. She's got it on the line. She's freaking out. My brother and I are barking orders at her like men do, like, drag settings and, let the fish run or don't jerk too hard or whatever. Anyway, we netted it. The picture, epic, man. My wife getting it done, and she still married me. So, yeah. So she deserved the big fish of that trip by far, man.
Oh, that's cool. I've never caught a 5-pound smallmouth before. That's really large.
Yeah. It was, and that's why it was a fun fish, man. I mean, that was pretty epic. Yeah, and my wife catching it made it even better. Yeah. But I think your wife fishes too, right?
She does, and she probably not probably. She enjoys it more than I do, which is hard to believe. But like for Mother's Day, I got her a new rod, and
yeah.
So and we went fishing on Mother's Day and stuff. That's what she likes to do. So she'll go out when the kids are in school and I'm at work, and she'll just go out by herself and just start fishing. Or she'll go with her sister, and she'll just go up to like Manaway or something like that close by us where she can just get away. And because Manaway just a couple of weeks ago was like, you just cast in before you even it drops down, you're caught something. That's how big it was last time. So
nice. Does she outfish you?
Depends on the day. Depends on the day. She definitely, like, I'll be ready to go. Like, okay, I'm done. And she's like, no, just one more. And then she'll keep fishing. And then an hour later, I'm like, okay, I guess we're staying. I guess I'll keep going. like that's how much she loves it. Like, I'll get done. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to go eat. And she's like, no. So what's some of the most embarrassing things you've ever done on the river?
Oh, man. I would say this one. It involves off-color David Allan Coe music. For any of the boys out there who know, you know. So I'm trying to be, the cool fiance, take my wife fishing. We're going to do a quick overnight trip and, just get away from the city for a little bit. Great first day, man. Weather's perfect. Saddle up to the sandbar, cook dinner, get the tent ready, the whole deal, trying to be romantic. Damn if, like, there's not another party across the river who came, found a campsite, started playing some not radio appropriate David Allan Coe stuff.
Uh-huh.
My wife and I was feeling a little bit embarrassed at this point. Like, I'm really not that guy, but we're just going to have to make the best out of this. She played it off cool, man. She was like, I'll tell you what, let's canoe over there, see what they're doing, and maybe we'll get a couple of cold ones out of this. Sure enough, man, canoed over there, asked them to turn the music down. They apologized. We left with a couple of Budweisers and came back across the river, had a romantic evening, and that was that. So what could have been like very embarrassing actually turned out to be a Benny for me. But we still talk about it to this day, 15 years later, about how she got introduced to David Allan Coe.
Yeah. So mine is more of so I'm actually at Falcon Ledge with my son, and my dad's closest friend is standing behind my son as he's casting out, and I'm teaching him how to do everything. And next thing I know, all I hear is like, and the guy behind me is like, ow! And it's my dad's friend, and he literally hooked him through his palm. And so we had to call that short and hurry and run to the ER and have him hurry just snip it and be able to get the shots and stuff. But that was the worst experience I think we've ever had. Like, I've seen a lot of fun things, but personally, I think that's about it. So.
Dude, I'd be willing to bet, T, that anybody who's on this on here listening has probably had a story about getting hooked in some way or another. I got a great Polaroid, and my brother got a fly in his cheek right here.
Good. Well, we got, does he have a good scar on that?
Oh yeah, but it's a nice one. It's a classy scar, right? Good story. Yeah. I'm sure anybody's that's fished like double or triple treble hooks with a Rapala or something has tried to take a fish off the line and got stuck
Yeah.
with a hook before? Yeah, man.
Oh, I have
Yeah.
100 times. Whenever I go, like whenever I'm baiting, like my son likes to bait fish, and so I'll just get some power bait. And so I'll have a hook that's the tri hook or whatever. I can't remember what they're called. And I'll put power bait. So now what I do is I just put my finger in the tackle box and I'll just stab myself, and then that's how I get it now because they're so small.
That's right.
Like my fingers,
That's right.
my fingers don't get them. But have any of you are the raw fish, not like sushi, after you caught it? Oh, have you ever ate any of the raw fish after you caught it? I haven't. I've done
Definitely
raw eggs
not.
out of salmon. I've done the salmon eggs before. Someone dared me and we did that.
I haven't.
Yeah, when you're gutting them and you see all the eggs from salmon, I've done that before. And yeah, they're not good.
I'd probably do it on a dare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, for any of the heads, I can't remember who was from Frederick, but if you ever have a chance to eat snakehead, do that. That's actually a pretty good fish to eat. I got a buddy of mine who works with the Fish and Wildlife Service out in Virginia, and every now and again when he's stocking fish or doing creel surveys, he'll get me a snakehead, and it's worth trying. It's like an introduced fish from Asia or somewhere, but you'll find them here in the rivers. It's pretty good.
What just happened?
Oh,
Sorry.
what's going on?
Hey, it's you.
It's me twice over.
I don't know what's going on. How do I get out of this? This is hilarious.
Oh,
there we go. Sorry.
We're back.
I'm on my phone because I'm not at home, and so everyone just wanted to see your beautiful face.
That's it. I'm sure that's it.
Yeah. But hey, I'm needing to go in just a sec, so if you don't mind, I'm going to hurry and just say, so this week's winner. So again, if you guys go to the website and you'll see a link called Gallery. On the gallery, you'll see Enter Weekly Giveaway. That's where you enter your pictures of you using Copper Johns, pictures of you, maybe Patrick is fishing in his vest or next to his tackle box or something. There's a Copper John oil bottle, something like that. Anyway, they post that, I approve it, and then I announce the winner on the stream. So this week's winner is going to be Eric. Sober Eric. So Eric, let me know, and I'll send you a gift card for
Congratulations,
$25.
brother.
So
nice.
Yeah. Nick, I don't think you posted anything, man. So anyway, I appreciate Eric doing that, and let me know your email, and I can send it to you this way. So, well, I have about 2-3 minutes before I have to jump off. Is there anything that you want to ask me, or any questions that you might have?
Well, first of all, hey, thanks again for having me on your channel, brother. Man, I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed chatting with you and with all the boys who are joining us. Yeah, where did you get your inspiration? Copper Johns, man. I love it, but more than that, your product is legit. I'd love to know how you got your inspiration, how you got this thing up and running, and if you could speak on a little bit of that, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, truthfully, it was my wife. I was making my stuff just because I was the first time growing a beard. Nothing that I was using worked. I still had the itch. I still was getting a little dry skin, around here in the mustache area and the cheek line, and it was red. And everything I tried wasn't working. I actually went and tried an expensive one that everyone recommended, and didn't do anything. Actually made my beard feel a little drier. And so so I started doing research a lot on my own and started filling it and all that kind of stuff. And then COVID hit, and I didn't lose my job, and I was deemed essential, so I had to keep working and all that kind of stuff. And luckily, and my wife, though, she's like, how can I make extra income so that we can pay for my daughter, doing tumbling, my son doing football, my other son doing plays and stuff. And I'm like, well, I don't know. What do you think?
I think we just got muted there, my brother.
Sorry. And she said, why don't we start a company? And So I started looking, and I'm like, well, we know what we're doing. We did a lot of research. I've already ran a company before, and I'm like, okay. So we looked into it, got our LLC, all that kind of stuff, and it's been worth it for sure. Definitely a lot of hard work. Definitely haven't made any money. Definitely just invested everything we've made, and some. But I think in the long run, it's definitely going to be worth it. And I get to meet people like you. How in the world have you and I ever been able to talk and become friends like this if it wasn't for Copper John? So I've definitely
Well, it's just a bearded
been blessed.
community, man. Your inspiration, I should say your wife's inspiration, not only is generating a good product, but is bringing heads together,
Yeah.
And during COVID, that's pretty daggone important, man, bringing people together and just talking,
Yeah. Yeah. And it's something it's bizarre how much I really enjoy it. I've never met anything besides working out and fishing that I've enjoyed just as much. Like this past weekend or this week, I worked probably 14 hours a day in the lab, going to bed at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And I wasn't up. Yeah. And I wasn't mad. I was like, I could keep going. So I keep going. You know what I mean? It's something that I really enjoyed. I'm like, oh, crap, this smells really good. I want to try something else. Things like that. And it's just really fun for me. And yeah. So, Nick, to answer your question, I normally will. But me being on my phone, I don't know how to share that on. Sorry.
Hey,
See me?
Tyson, can you speak at all, my brother, about your
Sorry,
graybeard oils?
the sun keeps calling me. It's driving me crazy. Yeah, the Graybeard Oils is a collab between me and Nick. Me and Dan.
Oh, nice. All right.
And
Okay.
him and I worked on it for about 4 or 5 months, and we came out with it. And it's been everyone seems to really enjoy it. I know I love it. I brought both Skipper and the Police with me here, and I actually just everyone knows I've been working on the butter. I actually brought Police butter with me, and I'm going to give it a full week test.
Man.
And working on the labels and everything, and that should be out here shortly too. So,
is that specifically for heads like me that have got the red hairs that have turned gray? Or
I would actually say it's for anyone
what's going
who
on
wants
with
to,
that.
Yeah, it's going to be for anyone who has a little bit thicker, who wants a thicker oil. It's not too thick; it's a medium thick, medium heavy thickness, and it's going to be I don't have a gray beard, but I really, really enjoy it. Are you still there? Or are you frozen?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
So yeah, so it's really, really it's made for everyone, but specifically for gray beards because they need something that can actually penetrate, like with that with the caster and stuff like that that's in there. The camellia seed is amazing and makes your beard feel crazy soft with the gray beards, and so everyone that's tried it so far really, really enjoys it. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to send you that too when I get home.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. I need to order some from you. The next thing I would think is your conditioner. I've tried a couple of different ones, but I'm still on the search. Right? You just came out with this, I guess, pretty recently. So
yeah, just this.
What sets your stuff apart?
So.
Does it have your your sea salt stuff in it, or what's the word?
Yeah,
with that?
so there's no salt in it. There's ionic inland sea minerals. There's no salt in the minerals. But yes, it does have ionic inland sea minerals in it, and it's very, very nourishing. So it's going to strip in a way that you can't tell. So it's going to clean your beard amazing, but it also has a lot of those oils that you really, really want to help penetrate and soothe the skin and soothe the hair. And so when you get out of the shower and you dry it and all that, it feels like something has already been in it. It's been clean, but it feels like it's naturally just soft, and it's an amazing product. I worked really hard on that. I actually worked with Bluegrass Bearded on that. I worked with Jake Cruz, Healthy Bearded on that. I worked with Kyle and Joe on that, and I think we came out with something really special.
Is that something that you use every day or every other day?
Absolutely.
Or?
Nope, I use it every day, and especially out here when I'm going to be in the ocean every day, stuff like that. I'm going to be using it every day.
Yeah, man, I'll be in the pool with my boy like every day. He's a fish, right? So like the
Yeah.
chlorine does not like my beard at all. So
No,
I'm
this
hoping
this
that
will
like, your conditioner is going to hook me up when I deal with the chlorine stuff.
yeah, this will make your beard super soft and
That's what I'm
clean,
talking
and it'll be like like you never had anything in it, like chlorine or anything like that. It's really nice.
Nice.
So
My beard,
your
thank you.
mom, yeah, your mom asked, have you ever expanding things for shaving needs for women? Absolutely, it's in the works. Not gonna lie, it's in the works. So
Is that also your wife's inspiration then?
yep.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
she's actually one that she helped me a lot with the wash, because women use specialty washes that cost, I swear, hundreds of dollars. Not really, but it feels like it. And she's like, well, Tyson, every specialty women's care hair shampoo and conditioner has this specific ingredient in it. And as soon as I added that ingredient in it, it changed completely what it does to your beard in that wash. And so because of her, I did that too. So Candace is a big part of it. So her and I worked together. Like when I said I was in the lab for until 3 o'clock, she was too. Like her and I, we do this together. We're a really good team. So
that's awesome to hear, man.
Anyway, yeah, I appreciate you. So to close, Patrick, I really, really do appreciate you jumping on. You're one of a kind, and I appreciate you jumping on and taking those videos for me, and just willing to always help anyone out there, especially me. So I appreciate you jumping on. I hope you enjoyed it.
I did, man. Hey, the same. I appreciate chatting with everybody, chatting with you. My mama jumping on. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah,
and anything I can help you out with, videos or, fly fishing, anybody wants to know, they're making a trip out to VA or West Virginia, look me up, man. I'll be able to be a resource for you guys. And, maybe we could even get together. It's all
absolutely. Good. Absolutely. Oh, and I forgot. Yeah, Vinny was right. So your mom asked about that, but I also do carry the soaps, and I carry the beard or body butter. So that match the same sense as a soap. So I do carry that, and the women do love that. And so I do have that. But anyway, guys, even though I'm gone, like I said, we're still shipping out on a daily basis. I have my brothers working for me. And so if you order, they're going to get there out the next day. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful day. And Patrick, you're more than welcome to join me right after. You don't have to hang up. So appreciate you guys.
Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it.
Take care.